Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Today, today we're training arms. And one more thing before we get into this arm session. Yesterday I forgot to mention how I'm cycling my carbohydrates during the week, on my rest days. So that will be a topic for today's car talk. And yeah, hopefully I remember to talk about that. I mean, I will remember. Don't worry. So yeah, I need to clear some things up from the yesterday's video. And yeah, man, that is pretty much it. Now let's kill the triceps, then I will go on and train biceps. And after that, car talk, diet talk. Okay, first one for the tries. One arm cable rope push down. Yeah, one arm at a time. I'm going right arm since that's my weaker arm, you could say. Then I'm matching the reps with my left arm. And that's it. First set will be a heavier set. I will try to get like 6 to 10 reps, and then on the last two sets I will up the weight and go for not up the weight, up the reps, lower the weight, and go for like 8 to 12 reps. Okay, let's go. Okay, second one for the tries. I just remembered I said last arm day I said that this would be my first exercise of the day, but yeah, I forgot. Okay, never mind. Still, let's do it now. 3 sets, 3 supersets. And yeah, I'm switching up the grips every set, so I'm want to start off with a wide grip, close grip, and then finish off with a wide grip. 3 sets, 8 to 12. Like on the first part of the superset, I get like 8 to 12 reps, and then on the second part, I tend to get like 5 to 8 reps, something like that, because my triceps are already so fatigued from the first superset and from that first part of the superset. So yeah, I can't get any more. I mean, I could get more reps, but I would need to lower the weight. But I just don't want to do that. 5 to 8 is a good number. Since these are all supersets. 20 reps overall, fine by me, man. Let's go. Whew. Okay, I think this is the last one for the triceps. Maybe I will do one more after this one. And same thing, man. I'm going wider grip, closer grip, switching it up every set. And we're gonna do 4 sets on this one. I realized that 4 sets of supersets is a bit too much. It's a bit pushing it because I'm going to failure on every set. If I was doing like pump work, then 4 sets of supersets would be just fine. But when I push myself all out to failure, I just think that's I don't. I start the fourth set. I don't feel at all. I feel like I'm doing nothing. So yeah, that's why That's why I did 3 sets on the previous exercise. Okay, this weight is just a-okay. Now let's go. 4 sets, 4 straight sets. Boom. That's it. Done. 4 movements for biceps. Yeah, you could say 4 because 2 of those were hammer curls and reverse grip curls. That's like mostly brachialis and forearms. And I did 1 arm cable curls, and then what else? Yeah, just normal double-handed, both hands at a time on a cable with a straight bar. And that's it. Session done. Okay, so now let's talk about the diet. Some of the things that I forgot to mention is what I'm doing on my rest days when I'm not training. So when I'm not training, that's mostly 1 or 2 times per week. I decrease my carbohydrates by 50%. Why? Because when you're not training, you're not wasting, any glycogen, and you don't need that many carbs in your system. You're not training, so those can be you could look at rest days as fat burning days. So you don't take in a lot of carbs. Your muscles are depleted, and when your muscles are depleted from glycogen, then your body will tend to use fat as fuel. And that day, when you're resting, you can even up your cardio sessions. That's what I tend to do sometimes. So let's say now I'm doing 20 minutes every day, and on my rest days I might bump that up, next week, or in the near future I might bump that up to like 30 or 40 minutes even on my rest days. So yeah, that's another tip for you guys. And I was also doing that on my bulk. Why was I doing that on my bulk? That's a good question. Why am I not just pushing food every single day if the goal is to grow? Well, the simple answer is appetite. When you have those days where you eat less food during the week, when you reduce your carbs, your appetite tends to kick in, and those days are perfect because let's say I'm training 3 or 4 days in a row. I'm already sick from all the food that I'm eating. I'm shoving the food every single day, and those rest days really come in helpful because after those rest days, I'm hungry. I wake up really hungry the next day, and my appetite is on point, and I'm not struggling to finish my meals. And one more thing, why am I doing that when I'm bulking, and why you should also do it, give it a try, is it can help you with your insulin sensitivity. When you're pushing a lot of food and when you're getting fatter and fatter, your insulin sensitivity tends to drop. You're not insulin sensitive, and that means that when you're eating, carbs, and when you're eating a lot of food, your body is not utilizing that food very well. And when you're insulin sensitive, after those rest days, your body is just absorbing everything, and that's why your appetite is also higher. So give that a try on your rest days. Try decreasing your carbs. You can up your fat intake just a little bit if you're really, really hungry and you're struggling, especially when you're cutting. Just do that, increase fats a little bit. Keep protein the same, protein is the same even when bulking or cutting. The only thing where you might lower your protein intake is when you're trying to step on stage. That's what some people tend to do, those last 3-4 weeks. Sometimes they tend to drop off a little bit of protein to get all of that extra fat off from their bodies. So yeah, protein the same. What was I saying before this? Yeah, protein the same, up the fat a little bit and decrease carbs. that will help you really with your fat loss, and it will also help you with your bulking phase. So yeah, that's it for now. As I get deeper into this cut, I might introduce like a carb cycling diet where I have low days, medium days, and then high days where I'm cycling carbohydrates. For example, that would look something like, let's say, my medium days would be something like my low days would be something like 150 grams of carbs. Medium days would be somewhere around 400, 350. And then my high days would be something crazy like, let's say, 800 grams of carbs. So sometimes I tend to do that, and people also tend to do that the deeper they get into the cut, because those high days can really help you with energy, because your energy levels tend to plummet. The more you shredded you get, the less energy you have, and those high carb days really, really help you a lot with getting back in the zone, feeling fresh, feeling ready to train, and just being feeling better overall. And another thing is, when you're doing that type of carb cycling on those high days, you won't store any fat, because just think about it. You're having, like, let's say 2 low days in a week, and or 3 low days and 3 medium carb days, and then you're having 1 high carb day where you're eating like 800 grams of carbs. Most likely, by the time you get to that high day, you will deplete all of the glycogen from your muscles. You will be very flat, and then when you eat, your body will just use all of that carbs to replenish the glycogen and make you feel better overall. And it won't store anything into fat stores, because you're empty. You have no glycogen in your muscles, and body will just replenish the glycogen. You will be fully loaded and ready for another week of hard deficit, man. But that's something that people tend to do as they get leaner. When you're starting the cut from the bulk, first couple of weeks, you might not need to do that. You can do that from the get-go. But if you're not doing it, then people will do that. Coaches and competitors, bodybuilders will tend to do that the more shredded they get, because those high carb days, man, they really help you. You're full, you're feeling better. And I can tell you a funny story. When I was getting shredded for the first time ever, I was so depleted. I wasn't having any high carb days, nothing. And then after like 3-4 months of cutting, I had my first cheat meal, and I had no libido before that, nothing. Bro, when I took like first bite of that, I had a burger and fries for my cheat meal. When I took the first bite of that burger, I got a boner, man. So that's yeah, crazy thing, man. My friends told me that also happened to them when they were in a deep deficit, and that's something that happened to me. So you can think only how much that cheat meal or refeed day can help you with your hormones, your hormone balance, overall well-being, and also energy levels. So yeah, that's a that's a funny story, man. It's crazy. You're not feeling, you're you're not, you have zero interest in women, zero interest at females, nothing. And you eat a burger, boom, you're right back at it. Funny thing. So yeah, that that says to me one thing, that harsh deficit can really mess you up hormonally. So yeah, don't think you can't have a cheat meal here and there when you're cutting, but you need to earn it. You need to get really, really shredded. If you're above like 15% body fat, just forget about cheat meals, man. You're too fat to eat them. As you get closer to 10% body fat, I think that's a good time to start implementing those here and there. So yeah, okay, that's it for today. Hope you understand everything now about my plan, about my cutting diet. And yeah, that's it. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you for likes, views, subs, everything. I'm out, guys.